Welcome back to Danganronpa. Last time we left off at the end of chapter 5. After seeing the both endings, the bad ending and the good ending, well, there's not really a bad ending. You kind of just you get like 20 minutes. Also, in case I forget to leave a comment on the previous video / 2 videos back, I don't remember which one it is because it's all scheduled uploads, so I don't know when you're seeing this. Actually, I do, but I can't be able to check. That's the real problem. It got like content ID matched in like they matched the sequences with what do you call it, Makoto and Kyoko going down the like death sequence. Like, I don't know what copyright claim it was, but they basically matched the visuals of it, which is very weird. It must just be some guy uploading the sequence. But I'm really not, because I'm not uploading it manually, I'm not fucked to do anything. So what I just did was I used the YouTube editor to blur it. If you want to see those scenes really badly, I'm sure you can look it up on someone else's playthrough in parallel. I'm sorry, but I'm not submitting, because I tried to do a dispute, and it's like, because people were saying this was the case, and I was like, surely not, but no. It's like step 1, make sure you're doing it right. Step 2, step 3, what part are you claiming it under? I'm like, this is the gameplay of a video game. And then step 5 is like, yeah, your full legal name and location. And I'm like, well, let's slow our roll on that one. It's the 2 minutes of video footage. I don't really want to give my legal name to the company that I don't even know why WMG would have rights to this in any, because it's the video, not the audio. Shit is busted as always. But and then I went into a rabbit hole of looking up like, oh, maybe if I edit, if maybe it's like a actual restriction, because that was basically a video segment of the game. And so I looked it up, and then I got into like decade-old problems of people streaming the games, but I think all of that is lifted now, because some visual novels, especially older ones, have restrictions around uploading them and streaming them based, because it's like an, Japan sort of archaic system. I don't blame them. It's out of any game, visual novels maybe the like most ripped off in terms of like, if you could literally just watch somebody play it, then you would have no reason to buy it. Asterisk, of course you would have a reason to buy it. You should never watch someone play a visual novel if you haven't played it yourself. It makes no fucking sense. I don't understand why people would do it. Every single visual novel playthrough I watch is when I watch myself, because I'm watching someone else react to something I've already played. That's the whole point. I want to see how they react to key moments that I resonated with or didn't resonate with or whatever. It's about sharing an experience that you already have. You can't watch it. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? But I'm sure there are people who do it, because I've seen people like that. And I mean, listen, if you're gonna go to that trouble, pirate the visual novel. You didn't hear it from me. Allegedly. But of course, I didn't. I as a rule, probably. I mean, allegedly, back in 2016, early days, my youth, as you may call it, I did engage in some uploading of video games which I may not have legal ownership of in some context. Not telling you which ones. You're gonna have to check out for yourself. But these days, I'd like to consider myself a I only be streaming and uploading things I actually do own. I bought this on Steam, which means obviously that if I want to stream some visual or upload some visual novels, I'm gonna have to purchase them. But that's no problem. I consider that a price worth paying. Of course, I support. I'm trying to get my backlog filled of like buying stuff I've already acquired through illicit means that are worth my support. Because I do think that it does lead. Listen, we're gonna go into the game eventually, but I think I would like to start this with like one conversation, because it's a stream, right? The piracy argument is true. Like what Gabe said or whatever, the service just needs to be good enough, and also the price, and also everything. If you can afford, I maybe these days more than ever have bought things that I previously would have pirated, not just because sounds like I've been the subject of an inheritance, but no, I mean, you get older, the money starts being your own or whatever, right? I don't need to explain that. But that, and also you just you still engage in, I mean, like, what do you call it? It really is test before buy, and I think if you have a demo for a game, it makes it way less likely to someone will pirate it, to be honest with you, because they know whether they want to buy it or not from the demo. And every developer should have a demo of their game. That's my you can call it a hot take. Almost every developer should have a demo of their game, because then you need to be able to like get people hooked into your game, man. And it's if you want your, I feel like it just makes your sales go up, but I could be wrong on that. It depends on the game also. That and like for example, I'll say with Isaac, I bought Isaac twice after pirating it like a decade ago, which I guess spoils, you know, the question earlier, but don't worry about it. I have it on two different platforms as well. Not that I've really ever played it on my Switch, because I bought my Switch for the proprietary Nintendo games, then I added Isaac on the board, because I was like, you know what, I like Isaac, and then I never played it. And then, now I'm grinding my completion marks on my desktop. Anyway, enough rambling and nonsense. End of chapter 5, let's go. The ultimate despair. Oh yeah, also now I can actually, okay, oh, I forgot to, hold on, I forgot to mess with the settings, because, as always, okay, but like, so this time, some of the settings saved, some of them didn't save. I'm gonna leave it that loud. I like it a little loud, to be honest with you, even though it means you kind of can't hear me. If there are complaints about it, it's a bit late for you to tell me that. It'll have to be next time around. I'm just messing with you, unless you're live, in which case, hi. So true. Oh yeah. Also, Kyoko's dad is the headmaster, but she's kind of estranged from him, and she's the ultimate detective, which we kind of know, because she's dressed like one, and also she does investigations of bodies. And I've played Ace Attorney, I know about detectives, okay? And also, the ultimate despair is 2 students, and she's still calling them the ultimate despair, despite the fact that we don't really know why she's doing that. It's just kind of because it wasn't in the documents, and there's a lot of questions that I have, and not a lot of answers. So hopefully we'll get some answers today, but you know what? Questions are almost more important than answers. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same. I don't usually read everything. I'm like a reactor. Although I kind of watch. Especially because the problem with this one is that because it's not all voiced, you're sort of compelled to do a lot more reading if you're streaming it. I feel like that's what people want, even though I don't really think that's the case. Especially from Makoto, because that's literally, he is the character of the main. He is what we be controlling. He's not really a self-insert, to be clear, but we also know pretty much jack shit about him. That's kind of my concern. All we know is that he has probably a sister and 2 parents. Or not anymore. We still don't even know what's happening. Anyway, they're putting together Killer Game and begin broadcasting it all around the world, which I honestly have my doubt for. Anyway, they're desperately awful. The mastermind is 2 people. It has not been fucking revealed. She just told us. Anyway, chapter 6. But right now, Tonikaku. We have to get the fuck out of here. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, that's what the fucking author said. What's his name? It starts with M, maybe, I think. I remember seeing it because he's the underline author as well. Obviously, I'm chronologically backwards here. I'm not sure. This probably was not his first work, but this may have been his first really popular work. Anyway, let's get out of here. Anyway, what you up to, go? Do you still have that one thing? The secret tool? Oh, that's literally I thought that was just a regular-ass key. You can open any door in the school, right? Then we should be able to use it on this door, which is the most, like, archaic video game looking door I've ever seen. I love it. We can use that key. Let's find out. She took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then click. Yes, it opened. Open sesame. And let's get the fuck out of here. We made our escape from the garbage pit, by the way. Finally. We were finally free. Asterisk, we were not free. Not even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death, deadly life. Which I think is always at the bottom left. In the first part. We find ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up with a metal ladder. Not suspicious in the slightest. I mean, what the fuck are we supposed to... Monokuma's just chilling at the top like, you guys took your sweet ass time, huh? This was a mandatory necessary angle shot, 100%. But I like that you have to pay for the CGs with Monokuma coins. That means that I'm not going to be gambling anymore. Because I need the CGs for thumbnails. Can I put this in a thumbnail? Surely I can. Now, one of two things is true here. Either they've made the underwear, like, voided out, or that is the color of our underwear. And I support both choices. Anyway, we climb into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you, she says, obviously. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. Voice line ass. So, Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. Are you single? You're the ultimate detective, right? How long have you been doing detective work? Since I was born. Since I was separated from my estranged father? Ever since I can remember, which is not very far, because my memory is still not really completely back. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. Was there? I guess maybe, I don't know. Britain type shit? On the beat? And Ace Attorney? Like, British Ace Attorney? What's it called? Great? The GAC? Or Daigyakuten Saiban, if you want to be DGS coded. Playing it before the official translation. Is your family famous? No, we operate in the shadows. Yeah, exactly. Nothing more appropriate than a hidden family of detectives. It's like a family tradition, right? Because we take pride in it. A detective is neither light nor shadow. It's twilight. I think you're describing private investigators more than detectives, to be honest. Detectives are sort of, I guess, associated them more with actually being figures. PI, like, sleuth is more maybe appropriate. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. Maybe in this world, we stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. She's talking a big game. Conscious effort to conceal our existence. It's kind of old-fashioned. It's not entirely rational. It's a family creed. Because it's our source of pride. That explains why nobody had info about her. Well, sure, she didn't know, to be fair. I never saw anything about her because she hid herself on purpose. To protect the pride of her family. And yet, I gave up some of that pride. I had to reveal myself to the school in order to enter. Knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. The reason you gave up that pride was to find her father. Yes. That's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad. I'm gonna say reconnect is a very generously, positively coded way. I think she's trying to kill him, but... Makoto, you're a bit slow on the uptake on this one. I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. You'd be reuniting after all those years. You'd have so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to... She literally said, like, I barely know the guy. There's something I want to say to him, though. What the fuck are you doing? I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? I want to sever all ties with him. The ties seem pretty severed right now. I can't lie. I don't know what ties you would have had with him up until this point. I know one great way to sever ties. We can... There's a thing called a marriage ceremony. Between you and me, you know? Last name and all that. The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself. But apparently he was extremely intelligent. There seems to kind of be a running thing. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. Unless you want to become the head and you want to kick him out. But it seems that you want to leave. Anyway, he was challenged that had a promising future, but had no interest in detective work. Okay, so he already did that. So then, I'll tell you your last name. I don't fucking care. Me and... I will not become a detective. That's how it is. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. Mysterious circumstances or like natural circumstances? He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument and left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. Makoto is being problematic right now. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. Source, my fucking ass. If that's true, then I need to thank him for leaving me. Unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. Pride in the family name. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, because I'm too scared to look down. It's very tall. The heights are high. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. It's not like you could fucking tell normally, anytime, what she's feeling by looking at her. That's like number one. Compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, because we chill now. More emotional. I don't blame him, you know. Okay, maybe I should put my voices back on. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really. The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family, because that'll really do it. Not like that. Perception is not from him, but it's kind of outside of that scope. But then again, this is sort of your one-mindedness. Everyone has to have some one-mindedness, you know? In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Not really. Only connected by blood. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. Average... I don't know how would you categorize this kind of response? I don't know, it's boomer coded perhaps. Instead, I said nothing. That's famously the best choice. Kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Are we gonna, like, get to the top? Okay, well we're gonna get up in the garbage chute in floor 1. But it's locked, isn't it? From the outside? So how are we gonna do this? On the other side, unless Kyoko unlocked it in preparation for this, which I wouldn't be surprised. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thank you. You know what? That's what I said. Here goes nothing. Ow. Creaking noises. And so, we're back. Looks like we're back. I'm exhausted. At least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy, which is definitely where we wanted to be. I never would have gotten out of there without you. I was just returning the favor. I never would have imagined that's where this led. How you doing? Now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. Nah. You're worried? Yes. I'm in love with you. Let's just get a concrete answer. Listen, I still have a weird degree of trust for Monokuma. I don't think he's on the mastermind side. I think he's like a subservient, but he's got like an honor code system. That's if you try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. It's not like we can run away. Rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now. It's not about giving up. It's about tactics. The mastermind is the one that's ensnared. How? Exactly. Like, what have we done? Stood exposed during the investigation to Mukoro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let that guard down. If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly. That'll help with our negotiations. I mean, literally, what else are we gonna do? But I'm wondering what she means by being off guard. Is it when Monokuma was destroyed? Is that the time? Or... I'm not sure. Monokuma should be in the gym. The dump, in other words. I should be able to quick travel us here. Oh no, we can just... Is there anyone else around here? Where's everyone else right now? That's my question. Anyway, let's just get this band-aid ripped off. Monokuma, how's it hanging? What are you doing to the rest of them? Don't punish them for our misdeeds, maybe. It's nighttime right now, but
Oh yeah.
he's like, you guys have really made it hard for me, huh? Kyoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? I mean, listen, he's just following the rules. You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? Yeah, but she's actually gonna get his ass because we know that it wasn't us who did any killing, so we shouldn't be punished. So actually, I think Monokuma will relent on this and say his hand was forced, and thus will turn a blind eye. Exactly, they alone will be executed. That is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again. Do whatever you feel you have to. Let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that matters to you, right? Explain yourself. You set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted the excuse to kill me. I'm gonna guess it isn't true. I'm gonna guess Monokuma doesn't actually know. I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Although the starter may mislead him. What are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of this trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you tried to kill my ass. More than that, you must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you, the alter ego virus. You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to already even after you'd killed it. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did. But executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you loved so much. If the Blackens is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? You're saying the Blackens is me and not Makoto. Yeah, but he's not a student. So do the rules apply?
Yeah!
No, I can't. But it's like, it doesn't matter, does it? I don't have it right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee you'll find some, because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. If Makoto, well, she kind of is, but he never would have come to you willingly like this. Yeah, but we're kind of doing it under guidance from you, but anyway, he would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire. But here we are, dashing into your heart. Evidence of absence of absence of evidence or whatever. Other way around, I think. It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto right now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased, would they? Maybe. Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. So true. You'll say we're just making all this up, but you have no choice but to prove it. If you kill Makoto without proving your innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn despair fair and square, I suggest you take my advice. To do Makoto's trial over again, only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial. I didn't see this one coming. Straight to trial, maybe? Or we're gonna get to reinvestigate and go inside his room with the super key. Proper climax, wouldn't you say? It's not that kind of game. A fair trial, one last showdown. A chance to expose the true identity of the mastermind themselves. What reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? Because I'm still kind of not sure I believe the fact that the people outside are real, but if this works, then that has to be the case. Interesting. Very interesting. Kumoshiroi. Very. Doukashita Kuma. He's ending every sentence with Kuma. He's doing a vocal tick. It might be plausible. One honey of a climax. That's a stretch, buddy. Do you accept? If you do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair. Not really any despair. I'm pretty bad to agree. Will my despair claim victory? Find out next time on the next episode of Monokuma's Revenge. We still have a shot at this. This is the long-awaited climax, right? Just getting the kid is barely a fitting end. You have to unearth all the mysteries. Every last mystery. qualify. Koalas aren't bears, I think, but
そうね。
that's kind of the whole point. Yeah, she's right about that one. Let's bear it all. If we can claw your way, then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all die. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
いいわね。
How will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
ね
Me when I go to the fruit bowl, despair? Clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
どうかしたくま
え。ね
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Actually, valid use of the word. Everything is based on the school regulations. Having a trial for Mokuro is no exception to that. Which means that it is one of us, which is kind of what we came to the conclusion before. So, but we're gonna have to get way more new evidence. My only suspicion is Yasuhiro. Nobody else makes sense. I think Hina's stupidity is authentic, because she's a sports type. I think Byakuya has no reason to be involved. He's part of a more powerful organization. He came here literally because he was bored and, you know, is in a bit too deep. Toko could really... I don't think she could fit a third archetype. She's got to. No, that's just objective, and it's obviously not Mio Kyoko. So, which would have to mean whoever killed Mukuro is the student. Polarizing approach. +2 still. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, and the only people that take a single step and hope speed since the killing game began are those 16 students.
ね
Why'd he go quiet all of a sudden?
うぷっぷ怒ってるんだよ
But why would you say it, and then after she's like, is that true? He's like, maybe. Get lost, would you? Why so mad? He's emotionally unstable. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? He's like, fuck else am I supposed to do? I don't even care anymore. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment. Are we gonna get the Monokuma execution?
うぷっぷぷぷぷぷ
Evil poo-poo.
ね
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Let's get the fuck out of
ぷ
here.
ぷぷぷ
It's kind of difficult to do a very fast without really keeping everything going haywire. And just like that, we were out of the gym by opening the door. It has to be Yasuhiro, but I don't know why. The only reason is because he's capable of taking charge, and his only real suspicious act, apart from his general vibes, is the fact that he whacked the bottle over Sakura's head. Like, he was the first one to push those dominoes over, and we seem to all have moved on from that. You know what I mean? I could hardly believe it, but I'm alive. I'm not been executed. Things turned out way better than expected. Kyoko is deep in thought. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt, but she thinks that that's not the case. Thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Anything. Anything.
だけど
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. True. I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. Why would the mastermind agree to this? The mastermind seems to be beholden to the viewers, but even I don't still believe that. I don't know why. I just find it improbable. Because they be talking all about, oh, the outside world might be worse, the outside world might be worse. So what is the outside world actually like? And why do we all have our memory wiped still? The photos are still unexplained, by the way. The photos that Makoto found.
それ
They
は
had no choice but to accept. I made them an offer. They simply... You get one point.
だって
It's all because of that one moment the mastermind let down the guard. I would like you to explain the moment.
それは
Do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airways to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Did the mastermind say that? That was Monokuma who said that. The mastermind is not Monokuma, which we have made clear.
ね
What did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Yeah,
そうよ
you don't exactly read about something like that happening very often. In other words, it's difficult to pull off, and yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it because there's no infrastructure apart from this.
つまり
Think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult.
それは
They had to show the world something no matter the cost. Us killing each other.
どうやら
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other, and all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah.
つまり
Yes, that's kind of what we've. That's like patently obvious. Is patent? I'm using. I think patently. Yes, that is actually the correct way of doing that. It means clearly and without doubt. Sometimes you use words just like in the right way without knowing. It's called being linguistically advanced. Those who know. But why?
そう
To prove a point.
ね
That was the name for the Students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept.
そうよ
For those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair. So is this so now the picture is being painted as a totalitarian like regime. This is exactly like Hunger Games, actually, I think. That they're doing it to like showcase, to keep hope in like a control as a resource, and if you think about it that way, to like ensure that nobody can get any funny ideas and try to overthrow the world. So if it's clear that like if the point of the show, the broadcasting this, if we're gonna call it a show, is to keep the populace docile and accepting of the fact that there's nothing they can do because any hope will turn into despair, then if in the face of hope the rule, like if the rules are broken and then people sort of get the sense of like unjustness, you know, like if you're taking it at face value, if the idea is the rules exist in the state, and then people will, despite this, they will start killing each other. They will expose that there is no hope, that they cannot find hope, that the human id and the depth of human depravity will always overcome any sort of hope. That then it will prevent you from, rousing the rabble and rising up or whatever. Yes, that's the goal as the ultimate despair.
そうね
It is ridiculous. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. Is that really the only reason for making the rest of us
大
suffer?
輝くん
And now how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness.
つまり
The goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. They're to be more particular about their own regulations than is reasonable. If they ignored the rules, then it wouldn't be a game, and then you wouldn't get the sense of,
少なくと
society.
も
That's how those who are watching this would have seen it. That's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
そうよ
No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Of course, we have to see this again. I miss Junko. She was fun.
そう
They tried to use the class trial following all their proper rules to get me killed. Yeah, but they're sort of like it's a sham. But even that didn't work.
そうね
Thanks to you, and due to that failure, the mastermind attempted to kill you instead, taking another risk. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion. They have to defeat us in perfect form. It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But you're assuming this episode hasn't aired yet. I guess they wouldn't show themselves breaking the rules anyway, though. So I guess, but then couldn't you just like edit it differently, or are we gonna assume that would alert the populace? Be like, you're cutting some moments here.
だけど
More than we can normally believe. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. It's because I think like my father as much as I hate to admit it type shit.
違うわ
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. I was just making a cock it. Looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. Poker face? You seem totally confident when we said we'll talk with him. Strong demeanor. That's what they mean to say. +2. Not just kidding, that's a terrible joke. If I showed my uneasiness, I would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a bitch ass, useless loser.
だけど
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. We have to win
So-
this time. Or everything that we've gone through all that bit for nothing. That inspires a lot of hope, for sure. We kind of already almost cost us our lives. That's been the case this whole time. We must win.
ね
We have to tell the others what's going on. Now we know who our real enemy is. But, how do we know? We don't know who our enemy is. Isn't the enemy one of us? She's gonna, like, she's gonna remind us of that, or keep us in the dark and use the fact that we are stupid.
でも
Is that really possible?
とにかく
Yeah, we're gonna leave that one hanging, the obvious reality that Monokuma, but like, Monokuma was still, he was like not fully clear. He said it, and then Kyoko was like, but for real though? And he was sort of going, I gotta go.
行
So,
きましょうか
they're probably in the dorm somewhere. How you doing?
とにかく
That, if you say so. Whatever you say, handsome. Pissing all by yourself? Let's go to the ghost bathroom now.
ね
Yes! Lines of dialogue. I don't think I'll be able to meet your expectation. Wait. Hold on. What was that line?
えね
But now let's head to the dorms. I want to piss though. I'm kind of trying to piss.
えね
See, look, this is how you know that they wanted you to do it, because there's like, the ghost bathroom may have the most unique checking lines in the game, aside from like the camera and the TV screen. Can we go in here even now? We can. Yo, free coin. Anyway, I'm out of here. I was just here to mess with it. Enough dilly-dallying. Let's get out of here. How you doing? Are we going in here? It's nighttime though, so aren't they gonna be in bed? And suddenly we were greeted with Monokuma. Yep. You again. He is bugging. I've got that exclusive 3, 2, 1, 2, 5, 5. My IP? Is he broken? So is it actually confirmed Monokuma is not like a just straight up an AI, like whatever you want to call it? That's which one? Off he goes.
でも
Well, that is confusing as fuck. Is that an alter ego attack? That seems kind of pointless at this juncture. Ah.
苗木だよね
Dayone. Hold on, can I? Just in case. I mean, you can get it from elsewhere, but I want to make sure I get like. Just to have the image up. Even Byakuya looks almost pleased to see us.
やっぱり苗木だどの角度から見ても苗木だよ
Naegi da yo.
あら生きてたのね
Pretending not to be joyful about this
ま
experience.
ったくゴキブリ並みのしぶとさだな。
That's the kindest thing he's ever said to us.
念のために聞いとくけど
Shut the fuck up, Yasuhiro. I don't want to hear another line from you. No disrespect. I'm tired of his shtick. It'd be like if every like Asahina is stupid in like an endearing way, and but it's not like everybody else has had layers. Not every even Hifumi doesn't have every line be like it's his lines are framed I should say were framed in a very trope character way, but he was still a real character and had stuff to him. But 70% of Yasuhiro's lines are just you're a ghost, right? Oh, I voyaged to the mountains of the Himalayas and the priests and it's just non-stop with him, and I can't take him seriously, and it's annoying as fuck. Byakuya, I just like him, and he's shown it's been around the block. We've been around the block with him. Toko, It's sort of like, it's a difference between infusing it into normal dialogue versus it just being the dialogue. You know what I mean? I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Mostly because I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
なんだ
What's that smell? Garbage, buddy. We climbed out of garbage.
なんだこりゃ。
Nanda Korea. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. What about... No, it's not me, because we didn't actually fall in the garbage. It's gonna be Kyoko. Her hands are so tiny, so cute. Even though her head is fucking huge, but whatever. And my tears dried up. I'm stinky. Everyone's staying away from us. Kyoko is also garbage to me.
大樹君
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain.
なんだ
Is it okay that you're here?
そうね
That's related to what... For once, let me just click past this and see what happens.
でも
Yeah, shut up. Okay. It's the game is better when I don't
なんだ
engage in that.
そうね
It's just annoying. It doesn't really bother me that much because Yasuhiro is ignorable. Like, there has not been a single moment in this entire series where it's been useful, it's been cool, it's been interesting at all. When has, like, I can't, like, Toko has got this whole, like split personality thing going. Byakuya, like, his ups and downs, he's, like, perennially cold and hateful and misanthropic, and then it gets broken a bit when we defeat him, and then there's, like, this sort of push and pull aspect where clearly he's interested in us, but, you know, he doesn't know how to express it really, and, you know, plus him and Toko have this sort of weird back and forth situation with her both sides. And then Asahina's, you know, she's dumb and optimistic and sexy, I guess, and, like, what do you call it? She's sort of keeping everything together by always believing. She's taken the mantle from Sakura, who's like the, you know, pillar of strength and trying to keep us all going. And then obviously it doesn't even need to be said, me and Kyoko are the goated as fuck. In comparison, Yasuhiro's character has gone through fucking nothing this entire time. Has just been like comedic relief. And here's the thing, in deaths, the characters of past have had meaning, right? Junko, I think, was kind of robbed. You could have gotten a bit more from her, to be honest. But you know what? Sometimes motherfuckers gotta die. And that is what it is. And like, you know, Taka had like Mondo or Owada or whatever had his sort of moment. Chihiro sort of had extended moments through the computer program stuff and sort of like a redemption arc of sorts. Who else am I thinking of? Ifumi, even Celeste as well, sort of similar sort of thing, like being a archetypal sort of character, but I think those characters are all sort of, except Taka, who I think was relatively, like, I wasn't a huge. He went kind of annoying mode after. I was more interested in him before Mondo's death. I think what they did with him making him sort of go crazy for a bit afterwards. I think it would have been more interesting. There would have been more interesting ways to deal with, like, him being broken about the fact that somebody he trusted so much and formed an unspeakable bond with as a man in the sauna turned out to be a killer. Like, exposed by that. There could have been something a bit more interesting than, like, he speaks with ChatGPT AI girlfriend version of Mondo, who basically says, hey, don't be sad about it. Like, that's not what is good. And he's like, he goes Super Saiyan, changes hair color, which I'm not opposed to, by the way. And then just, like, he merges and then gets killed right after. Like, that whole, like, the fact that they both got so attached to Alter Ego is still, like, tentatively relatively weak, I think. If you compare it to, like, what do you call it? Sort of prior ones. I think Mondo is actually a bit more interesting in the sense that, like, the existence of like Chihiro being so strong is to reveal his own shortcomings to somebody, sort of broke him in the sense that he has been unable to be true to himself and true to the world. But yet he is still being treated as if he is so strong, and that sort of like it like flipped the switch in his mind. It sort of broke him down. I think is way more interesting than whatever the rest was going on. And then of course I think Sakura's death is also very interesting. And I think the first one, like if we're doing a bit of a recap situation here, I think Sayaka and Leon, we didn't get to know them very much. Leon especially, we don't know shit about Leon. But Sayaka, we kind of spent some time with her, and we didn't get much, but what we got was sort of interesting enough that like she was moved immediately to try and do something. The idea being that she's sort of already done, she's invested so much, and then for it to all be gone like that also broke her, etc. I don't know. Like we've had, like, even when I disagree with the moments that certain characters have had, they've had their moments, they've had reasons. Even Hifumi is sort of, you know, led by the nose in a sense, a victim to his own sort of incompetence, etc. Whereas Yasuhiro is literally just bumbling through this entire thing. The only way it's redeemed is if he's the mastermind this whole time, and the whole bit is distracting you from it, which would actually work in a meta sense. Not only would it be distracting Makoto, it would also be distracting me. And I think that would actually tie it all together, which is why I'm hoping that that's the case. That would really save it. Anyway, enough analysis. We're gonna redo Makoto's trial. No, I didn't do it.
違うわ
Makoto isn't the killer, and it's not me or any of you. Source? It actually might be one of us.
なるほどな。
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. But Monokuma was also kind of telling us, no, well, what are we to do with that? Or are we lying to them? Which was a good idea, actually. I think the mastermind killed
そう
Mukuro.
よ
It was all an elaborate trap. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it, but his decision meant that he would be the one
なん
to
だ
die.
と
You make it sound like it was easy. I just believed in my wife. That's kind of what you're supposed to do. Anyway, executing Makoto was a clear violation of school regulations. Only the blackened is to be executed, which is why I want to negotiate with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
そう
That's kind of not his voice if we're gonna be going Hyoga mode. To gain the leverage you needed, didn't you? It's kind of a calm, condescending voice.
当然だ。
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial, when you said now it's the mastermind that ensnared. That's what you were referring to. He's in the dark here. You can ask Kiko to explain it again later. Anyway, what do we do now?
それってさ
Our job is to expose the mastermind, but there's more to it than that, of course. We have to expose all the secrets.
でも
We don't know shit, right? You probably guessed, but if we do it this time, everyone dies.
迷惑なのよ
Byaki is like, Omoshiroi janai desu ka. He's gonna hit us with that.
とにかく
The only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. One
Omoshiroi.
decisive... There we go, Omoshiroi.
でも
Figure out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries. We don't really have that many mysteries left, do we? Well, we need to figure out what happened in the tragedy, what's going on with the photos. Those two are big mysteries. Like, I guess how this ended up being the case, but that's sort of gonna be incidental to the other two. It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Anyway, we know who our enemy is now, so if we work together, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. どうかね?
私は
I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone because of what Monokuma said. Seems like the most obvious way. That's what I thought too at first, until Monokuma gave us a little hint. So the hesitation wasn't the fact that he's lying, it's the fact that what he's telling us reveals, kind of gives us like a very dice roll, like the odds are very obvious. We began with 16 participants. I am a little bit irritated at the fact that we don't know anything more about the, what do you call it, 16th student yet. No, like all we know is that she was just like involved. She's not been like, are we like, because Monokuma is basically like, because he drags people to the trials, and so I guess, you know what, it's probably like a silent rule directly to Monokuma that the mastermind, the despair students are separate from having to attend the trials. It's their discretion. One of them has been attending this whole time, and one of them has not been attending at all. But then I'm trying to figure out how they got in here. Were they, because if they're to be orchestrating it this whole time, why did they reveal themselves now? Is it sort of like, are we literally streaming Among Us? Is this literally Danganronpa is Twitch Among Us to the world? Like the deliverance to the outside world, maybe part of the mystery is the fact that the masterminds are the students, but then who is genuinely from the outside orchestrating it? I guess is Kyoko's dad, who's the headmaster. Or he's not the mastermind, he's the headmaster. And he is the one like controlling everything, including the fact that 2 masterminds have been put in as students. I'm trying to figure out operationally how this is going to be working. If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? There's no way Monokuma could have disguised the scene like that. But according to Monokuma, the only people that have set foot in the Hope Speak are the 16 students. It could be any one of us. Not the ones who are dead, though, because that would sort of be a bit redundant at this point. Added Mukuro and you get 16. The mastermind would have to be one of them. The only ones still alive are us. It's you, buddy. Nah. We can't say for sure, that's true yet. We can kind of say that. Only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. No, we can't ignore that. They're an ultimate, so they must be a high schooler. Of course. It is possible. If one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? I don't think so. Did you ever see anyone acting suspicious until Monokuma was active? Who would have noticed someone sneaking up that many times? Maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. He obviously couldn't have had back and forth conversations. It wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation, but like, we're kind of begging it here. The logical assumption is that Monokuma can be controlled by either or, one by Mukuro or the mastermind, by the other one, I guess, the other despair. And now things are getting a little bit tricky, all things considered. We're gonna have to prove, I think, where everyone was at times when Monokuma was doing things. We're gonna have to collect the behavior, like, piece by piece. But I'm still confused as Monokuma's existence. Is Monokuma not a existing entity? Is Monokuma literally just controlled by machine? Because Monokuma's character seems more unique, you know? I think it's cooler if Monokuma can exist outside of this dichotomy of like, not dichotomy, the like system, you know? School announcements.
すでにご承知かと思いますが、これからこの殺し合い学園生活は真の怪盗編へと突入します。そこで公平を期すために、学園内の部屋のロックはすべて解除しちゃいます。
He's basically doing this so that we don't have to go around unlocking all the doors with a secret key. Because he also doesn't have it anymore, does he? Unless he made 2, but you know.
好きに調べてちょうだいな。思う存分、謎を解いてちょうだいな。
So now we can go to the dorms, the second floor dorms, and the biolab, the room, the Monokuma door behind the surveillance data lab. What else was missing?
うっぷぷ。では、学級裁判でお会いしましょう。
But everyone's here. I guess this could also be pre-recorded.
ふーん
How very magnanimous of him.
まあいいだろう。
Now it's time to begin our investigation.
戸上の名にかけて。
At this point, I can only rely on the Togami blood. Each of you must uphold your
Jana.
responsibility. He didn't take me
おい
with
お
him.
い
Do you blame him? Coffee with cream without the cream or coffee, so nothing? So, bye. Is Hina sticking with Yasuhiro and preventing him from having alibi? Or no alibi, I don't know. Now she's gone.
Eh.
Kyoko? Why would Kyoko not take us with her, man? We're together. We've been together this whole time.
だべ
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
だだってな
He's gonna use his totally awesome mastermind power.
隠し
What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, but up until now, I haven't really been all that useful. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Is that true? See, she's cute, so she gets a pass. That's how it works.
でも
I've mostly been totally useless, so at least I can do something at the end here. She's gonna die. Honestly, I don't think anybody else is gonna die. It doesn't make sense, but... Once again, it's just us two. But she didn't actually go. How's it hanging? So you're gonna go off on your own
だ
too?
けど
Well, don't misunderstand. Doesn't mean we can't still work
So
together. That goes for all of us. Yeah, let's split up and
Ja.
cover more ground. I have an
So-
endless list of things I need to check. We should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school.
大輝くん
We have to uncover the truth by any means necessary. Well, this is gonna be fun, huh? I have to begin my search. I can't believe that the mastermind's one of us. I have to prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. Little bro thinks the mastermind isn't one of us. Monokuma has to pop up. Investigate. Now we get to go literally anywhere. Dead before the blast. Single time with a knife, which is not the source of the source of the murder is the thingy, the titanium arrows or whatever. Headmaster's room, biolab, data center. Oh, and the second floor domes. And the garden and the dojo. Places to check. See, this is nice of you. Okay, let's do some navigation. I am very interested in this part. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the domes. I have to do it. I have to climb up the stairs. Oh, fuck. What the hell? It does look like the distortion world from that Pokemon Platinum. More like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here. But the stairs seem perfectly. I guess you know what, you would have to fix this. Well, there seems to be one room. Well, oh wait, let's go to the bathrooms. Let's go. No one's here to make us do anything. No one's here to police this. This is the ghost bathroom. Even in a place like this, I can't bring myself to go away. Giraffe? Let's go in the men's. The fish, there ain't shit in here, but it is modeled for what it's worth. And these are not bathroom stall doors. This seems more like one of those like gym shower situation. I like that. You can still RP as you're taking a piss as Makoto, even though that's like, you know. Oh shit. The Eye of Ra or whatever. Why is this door like half door and then there's just a wood? Just to fit the frame maybe? Anyway, what's in this? Hopefully nothing here is like insanely cutscene creating and I just do like a skip. This room is filled with lockers. Must have been for the students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. We're gonna get a clue. Is this gonna be where we find the photo of us? These lockers seem to be... I wonder if I can open this locker. Nope, locked. There's a card reader. That must be how you get the locker open. It's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms that we've got. Let's just give it a try. One of these is gonna work. And that's gonna be like what gets us. There's no way to get it open. What? And then I expect it to be the case. It's a bit too granular. I don't think this locker is gonna open. Why not? If anything, it should open way easier now that it's fucking broken, but sure. So the further we go through this rigmarole means one of these is gonna work. It's gonna be our locker. We're gonna expose the fact that we've been here for an hour, for a year, and then had our memory wiped after seeing the incident. I believe. I still believe. One of them. One of them. Well, that's just unimaginative. One of these ones. Never mind, it didn't work out. So what did you say? Oh, okay, well, fair enough. Okay, I think we checked them all. Maybe one of these I missed, but... I don't think that there was anything in there that would help us badly. Unless we find an e-book in here, or an e-handbook. This shit seems positively staffed. Why is the fucking computer is on? More adult atmosphere. It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko, how you hanging?
Yeah.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. There's a strange gap in the wall. Not just a normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. Hidden room? I might know how to open it. Okay, well let's check everything else out first. Can we check out the fucking bar? And you got games on your phone, on your computer? A leather chair. The desk is home to a computer. A computer is a piece of technology that... There's a PC on the desk. Whoever used it last, they were very interested in the ultimate despair. It still got some search results. There ain't much. there isn't one individual, but it is some kind of group that is responsible for the tragedy. The worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair. Okay, but the tragedy seems like it's... The fact that they keep describing it as the worst shit that's happened of all time, and is only being used to refer to the killing in one class of this one school. It seems like it would not just be the one class of one school. It seems like it's the kind of shit that happened worldwide. That would be the only way the shit makes sense.
でも
And that's all there is. But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete degree failure. Any information is helpful, right? That's a good outlook to have. The ultimate despair has been added to truth nukes. Anyway, let's get this bread.
だけど
Ah, I missed it. Dakedo. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick? You say open sesame and then it opens? So easy, I'm not sure you can call it a trick. A program on the PC that
Demo.
controls it, but I don't know what the password might be. It's probably made up of letters and or numbers.
そうね
Oh, I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC. Nothing that might have been his password, but I do know his 3 sizes. But think of how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. So there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. Maybe for her there's more to it. She wants to defeat her father. She needs to figure out the password. If Kyoko can't figure it out, no way do I sanitize. No way, there might be a chance. Something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name? She's like, even after all this time. Let me guess, it's gonna wrap around. He's gonna have abandoned her because he knew he wasn't a bad detective at all. He was actually like, it was all planned. He was putting her to safety in like avoidance of the tragedy or something. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable after the way she talked about her dad. The idea that he would use her name as his password is a classic. Do you mind if I try it? It's not like you needed my permission. She's like getting moody all of a sudden. Fuck it, let's log in. And by that I mean log in. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, then it might just hurt Kyoko even more.
ね
If you're worried about me, don't be. I would not take this out on you later. But if you do... I got some paddles, but I guess this isn't yaoi, so this doesn't really work. I already know that your guess is wrong. Let me just type the password here. Beep Kern. And it's open. What? That did it! It worked! She's like... processing emotions.
どうして
She's mad. Why? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. How you doing? Oh, look at that. See? Happy childhood photo. There's a birthday present for you. Hey, Kyoko, don't destroy this room in a mad rage, please. This, if anything's gonna make you snap, it may have... a present for you. Well, let's take a look at this photo real quick. I'd better check out that suspicious present before I do anything. Fine. There's the brightly colored box. Should we open it? I mean, obviously we're gonna open it.
苗木くん
Be careful, Makoto. No, not dangerous, but surprising probably. If it is what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. His remains or what? You know what's in
とに
there.
かく
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you okay? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. Stop scaring me. It's gonna be it's gonna be 3 Pokeballs. The professor's gonna walk out. I took hold of the lid. It didn't move. Forgot to cut the tape off the sides. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... It made him scream. I let out a trembling cry. It is his remains. Bones. Hornet. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. Who could possibly have
なる
imagined?
ほどね
Just as I thought. What did you thought? There were bones in there, human bones.
違うわ
It's not that I think of the bones, but I was like, this motherfucker is dead. I just had a feeling it would be his body. Also, that is not enough bones to constitute one adult human male. By any stretch. My father. What about
そ
him?
う
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That's my father. I would recognize that nasal cavity anywhere. Or at least what's left of him. Actually, the box does seem pretty big. It might be possible. If you can fit the whole skull, but like these bones are so like, is your head the same size? Actually, now that I'm sizing it up, your like forearm is not that much larger than your skull from top to bottom. Like if I'm just roughly measuring it, it's hard to measure, obviously. Yeah, it's actually like just a bit larger. Obviously, the leg bones and everything else is probably much larger, which is probably what doesn't fit in here. The same man she's been searching for. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
それは
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. Even that he's somewhere in this school right now. The only people to take a single step in hopes. I guess it doesn't count because he's not a person anymore or whatever. Alter ego to the headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start. Okay, that's the keyword. They didn't bold it. They're tricking me in plain sight. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume. Most likely, my father was in this school, but he was also dead. She wasn't calm. She was trying to seem calm. Is this she's finally gonna cry? She knew it was a possibility, but I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong, which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. Did she? She didn't know how to open it, or are we just... She just probably pretended that she didn't know how to open it. But, like the keyword, I mean. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties, but was that all there was to it? No sentimentality or nothing? She gave up some of that pride in order to enter Hope's Peak. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. That's one way to call that piece of evidence. Take a look at this, why don't we? This picture. Oh, how wholesome. He doesn't look like a skeleton at all. You're lying to me. I like how even in this photo her hair is braided like the same structure. Hey, Kyoko. Rare Kyoko surprise. Hold on. Well, this is annoying. Most expressive Kyoko we've seen thus far. I came here to cut myself free of the past, and yet... to now find something like this. So what do you expect me to do now? Then I was right. Obviously, like... to be fair, the braid is now on a different side, although it's a photo, so it could be mirrored. Who knows? Knowing the headmaster had this picture all this time, he must have really cared about her.
どうして
I wanted to face him and tell him myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. That's the whole reason I came here, and now he's abandoned me again. And this time, he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Well, in anime, there's kind of a lot of worse fathers. Photo of Kyoko and Headmaster, which is relevant, apparently. Let's take a look at what the desk has to offer. The headmaster's desk. I really don't want to touch Kyoko's desk without her permission. She's gonna be like, bro, what the fuck do you mean?
ね
Don't worry about me. Are you
That's
sure?
it.
Never let anything get in the way of the investigation. I don't. Itadakimasu. Starting from the top, I dropped it low. I rummaged through each one, but in the last drawer, an e-handbook in case of emergency. The super key handbook. So we're gonna have to go back to the rooms.
つまり
A handbook with no limitations. I'm assuming that's what that is.
どうやら
Why don't you hold on to it?
私は
I don't need it, she says boldly. She doesn't want to know. I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
ね
Listen, Makoto. Can I ask you a favor? Anything for you.
それ
I know
は
it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but
ね
could you leave? I want to break this photo in half.
そう
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Don't worry, I'm fine. Said by people who are famously not fine. I just need to calm down a little.
ちょっ
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, I'm right here. If it just, I'm not trying to break any. Listen, I'm just, you know, it's hard for people like you. It's difficult to get their like emotions out. Maybe you process things better alone. And it's worked for you so far. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm, you know, shoulder to cry on type shit. Like, I don't want to be pushy about it. Like, have your space. I'm walking backwards out the door. I'm letting you know. I'm taking slow steps out of the door. You can tell me to stay. You can hold out your hand dramatically in slow motion. I'll wait, like, 2 steps away. You told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to... Oh shit, maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? Oh, I wrote this shit. But how could that ever be? If so, it's just a theory, and this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through.
私は
That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm a dickhead. I'm an asshole. Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately, so please, just give me some time to myself. Then, I'll see you later. We just go back in there immediately. Hey! Any morning completed? Is she really okay? I mean, it was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster. I don't think that's the shocking part. I think the shocking part. There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster was dead. But he is not evil, and we kind of know this because of, like, everything is hinting at the fact that there's, like, deadly apocalypse type shit outside. Or at least a regime of sorts. The same person may very well be the mastermind, etc., etc. We've been there before. We were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... Yasuhiro. As I've been saying. Hold on. Yeah. Add Mokoro and you get 16. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else. Here we go, we're gonna get all of them. It's a good reminder of the characters I've forgotten. Not that many. Even Mukuro, which we don't know anything about, unfortunately. The ones still left alive are me, Byakuya, Yasuhiro, Toko, Hina, and Kyoko. Only those 6 people are still alive. We know it's not me. We know it's not Kyoko. I know it's not Byakuya. And it's probably not Toko. So that leaves the 2 idiots. And one of them seems suspicious to me. That can't be. I refuse to believe it. Let's go back in. Hey, girl. Yeah, obviously we give her time. Let's not be stupid. What else is going on in this room? Huh? Nothing? Okay, well, let's get out of here. Let's go unlock some lockers. Unlock some lockers. Let's go first. We can do that one later. This is on the way, you know. Why is there a giraffe? I guess that's my question. Anyway, click on all the ones that look legitimately plausible. I wonder if I can open this locker. Does that mean? Let's just give it a try. Maybe... Now he has the emergency handbook. Redundancy line. Beep. Alright, let's see what we got inside. A bunch of corpses. Beep beep. Not much. One of these is gonna have something funny. Come on. Beep beep. Nope, nothing that could be a clue. Apparently. There's just a bunch of clothes maybe, but... Oh shit. A little document. Just a kind of pocketbook. Some writing on the inside. Who gives a fuck about the owner's privacy, buddy? Whoever wrote them was measuring them. I was flipping through the pocketbook. My hand froze when I got to a certain page. It's gonna be our name. It's gonna be our name. 100% chance it's gonna be our name. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. So originally it was just, there was not going to be any killing stuff is my guess. It was just going to be like a safe zone to raise the best of the best or whatever. But then it got invaded by Monokuma's owners or whatever. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. Oh shit. This was Kyoko's. I wonder if she tried her book, if it would work, and this also confirms my theory. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student priorities safe, to keep them as a hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. It's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. I can't imagine a worse father. But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she told me. Oh, yes, obviously. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just happens to be the headmaster, my father. What does it all mean? When I reached the last page, the question mark was spinning faster. I met this cute boy. His name is Makoto. We might like make a good couple. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized scrawls. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. There's a second despair. How could this possibly make any sense? Anything else? Okay, this looks interesting. This is Yasuhiro coded, for sure. But the fact that it's still populated and we can see the other one's empty. Yep, I fucking knew it. There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure, and I told you so. Is this our Yasuhiro? Obviously. A large number of notes for a variety of different classes. He attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to this school at the same time as the rest of us, but then how is Kyoko's book death? Put it together, piece it together. Your memories. All of it. We were all sucked into this evil world without the chance to take any classes, so what is this notebook? Crystal ball. But it's not very clear. No way he ever used this locker, it's just not possible. We already have the notebook, buddy. Deck of playing cards, tarot cards, aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence, right? We already have the notebook. He attended classes here. The more I see, the less sense it makes. These lockers that had to belong to the previous students, right? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? But shouldn't Yasuhiro know that this is here? Why is he not like... He could have come here earlier, but I guess did he not know the code? He must not have known that this was unlockable by anybody else. Actually, this is perfect. This actually makes sense. He doesn't know about the super handbook and would not have had any way to unlock the headmaster. Because no, but actually because it was secret, right? Because there was no knowledge, and also they don't show her hair color, which would be an otherwise obvious anime tell. Whether the headmaster was Kyoko's father, Yasuhiro would not have had a way to get into the secret, like, room in the first place. I mean, seeing it is maybe obvious, but being able to unlock it is not so obvious. And it seems like it was not done by anybody before. Kyoko did do it by taking the documents and then not looking in the present, even though she knew what was inside. On the pocketbook, that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. There has to be some kind of explanation. Now we have to look in that room, which we didn't look in before. This is gonna be our room, 200% chance. This is what we're putting it all together. This bed is completely torn apart. It has to be our room. Bathroom? Sayaka? Just a big pile of rubble. Really? Is that it? There's no shot, right? All that for nothing? Alright. Oh shit. It's music. Okay, biolab on top floor. We checked those already, of course. Obviously, we gotta go in here. The headmaster's room. It's you. She may not have actually been here, now that I think about it. Obviously, she did say she explored the second floor as well, though. Oh, Byakuya, how's the hanging? What's going on down here? Documents scattered over the floor. Awards and the real katana. These must be like previous Japanese ministers, because they're very real looking photos. Even in the headmaster's room there's a monitor. That monitor. Hey Makoto, are you ignoring me? Yes. Remember this moment. Fuck it, I ignore you again. Alright. The bookshelf is well made. Alright, Byakuya, what's up? Would you like to see something interesting? Why not? Take a look at this. This is the class 78, so we are the 78 class. Profile of all of us and Mukuro. We are number 78. Yeah, obviously. Since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers, Mukuro was a student. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry when she stole it. Yeah, obviously. What's your point? That she only got the first page. It contains 2 pages. When it comes to this profile, there was more information about Mukuro that we still didn't have. You can read, can't you? A detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. Oh, there we go. Cute. But she's also like a violent terrorist type person, so, you know. Classic. Mukuro reappeared suddenly, and the background entity felt but close, just but out of reach. The ultimate despair. A single person or some kind of group, whatever it is, Mukuro definitely has some sort of connection to it. Okay, but the ultimate despair was not written on the main page. She did not steal the second page, she only stole the first page. I think it may have been on purpose. Because she must have gotten the name from here, she would have read it. I need to push forward my research into the ultimate despair. And I need to pay attention to Mukuro's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir, she didn't display any kinds of battle wounds or scars. I want to believe in her, but if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take all reasonable measures. We're gonna have to get more about Yasuhiro. Wouldn't that mean Mukuro and the mastermind were allies? So why would they kill Mukuro? And what was she doing this whole time? Even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Mukuro was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. All this, but I don't see that being possible. What's wrong, Makoto?
まあいいだろう
You seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point out one other thing. There's another important bit of information within the file that you should know. Class 77, huh? Did you notice the picture in there? Picture of a girl perhaps you've never seen before? This should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. Am I supposed to recognize her? And further information about that girl is... Okay, yeah. Those are her 3 sizes or whatever. What do you think? What? Are we supposed to be like... Should we? She's also quite tall. That's what I'm saying. You're asking me like if she has a nice body. Maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Really? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right? That's very interesting, but literally it can't be anyone else. Not to state the obvious, it literally cannot be anyone else. Back to being Byaki as errand boy. And one last thing. Advice. Advice for me, you seem to get along with Kyoko quite well. Use protection. It's not that we're getting along. We are getting along well. Don't put too much faith in her. The cost of that faith might be more than we can afford. My hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Buddy, double goes for you as well, okay? Can we read our profile? There was something else in here we were checking. Oh yeah, the whatchamacallits. The super secret super door. Asahi no yo. Hello. I'm wondering about the Monokuma door. Bro couldn't bring herself to open the door, so you open it. She's like, I want you to die. Thanks, Makoto. Okay. Fuck it, we opened the door now. Let me take cover first. What about me? Here goes nothing. It's a door. It's gonna open. Oh shit. It's Muv-Love all over again. There was no explosion, thankfully. This is the Monokuma piloting room. This place is totally sci-fi. This is where Mukuro has had to have been this whole time. And now things are getting spottier with Yasuhiro having to sort of race back and forth. Another hangar. This place is like #1 gross. I wouldn't say that. If anything, it's #1 interesting. Where does this lead, huh? The hatch. right now I'm more concerned about the weird device. For once, I agree with you. Okay, well, it's gloves. Like, it's got glove-like drivers at the bottom. A control panel. And this would only be possible to control if you were really good at military stuff, huh? Cockpit. I'm surprised I don't see more jokes about the word cockpit, to be honest with you. But anyway.
Yes.
Let's start pushing buttons. It was too late. Hina was already jabbing away at the control panel. Did you hear that? That was the Monokuma button. The data center. It makes Monokuma pop up anywhere. But the data center, that's right next door. Probably go better check it out. I'm kinda scared, she says. Let's return to the data center, and then there's gonna be a little Monokuma. But for once, interactable, I bet. It's a silent Monokuma. Hello. Give me all your donuts. Are. Anyway, some kind of remote control camera kind of setup. I can't really see anything from in here. Do not push that button. Oh man. Anyway, I guess that settles it. It's the Monokuma machine. Hi, Monokuma machine. So Monokuma's not real. That's kind of sad. I was hoping Monokuma would be real. What the heck was that just now? Monokuma. What you were controlling it was Monokuma, obviously. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room.
No.
Yeah, the OPSEC. If the master has been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school this whole time, right? I mean, it has to be, no? But also, it's kind of weird that that you would let yourself like fall so victim. And who? Yeah, the question is now who's controlling? And is that? But that? Oh god, it's all like weird. I guess we'll confirm it soon. But Byakuya being like, check the body for the measurements and see if the corpse really is the corpse. Who else could it be? I guess they could have. To be fair, they could use any corpse, couldn't they? They could have planted the tattoo, they could have planted the nails, and they could have planted the mask on somebody else's body. We're gonna have to confirm, we're gonna have to like check the measurements against every girl that's died already. Because we don't know what happened to the body beforehand. It could have been any corpse. If the corpse was preserved, I guess it could have been fake the whole time, but if you fake the corpse by not making it a corpse, it would maybe be different. So even the murder was fake. That seems plausible. So nobody died. But again, we're not just gonna find the killer. We're gonna find all the mysteries. So it doesn't matter that nobody died. It's kind of the trial itself is a farce. And now it's really Ace Attorney. Datte sa. I can't say it is impossible, but I hope it's not true. So like, you wanna leave soon? You wanna get going? No, I'm looking at the hatch now. Why are you in such a hurry to get out of here? What's your problem? After I leave, I'm gonna get killed. Okay, that's why. Monokuma was just chilling at the bottom. Or, ooh, Yasuhiro? Or... I'm just so confused. One moment. We are back. Not that we went anywhere, to be fair. Anyway, let's continue. So, the message has been waiting right under the hatch. Which is maybe why we were not allowed to check in a meta sense, but also it was probably locked until the very moment. You can't just go on restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays up, I won't be able to move around. As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now you're being operated by someone in that room. Okay, but the fact that all of this is being confirmed is kind of crazy to me. I'm surprised that they're going to this length. But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there, we didn't see anyone. Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? There's a hatch. Obviously. Told you one big chunk on your bill, obviously. If you tried to open it, it wouldn't have worked. Let's not pretend that would have... Yeah, exactly. Now that this room is officially restricted. Was he telling the truth? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Well, the hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyway, right? It's not your fault. That's all we got. But there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body movement. What? She's gonna go run around. And up she goes. If there's such a thing as a golden retriever girlfriend, that's what she is, for sure. I must do what I can too. Can we tell Byakuya? Is he still in here? Can we just like inform him? Sequence break? Hey Byakuya, we got info for you. He's so blunt, it just makes you feel hopeless. Okay, we could tell Kyoko if we were so inclined. Let's go. Kyoko, you've done your grieving or whatever. It's time for a truth nuke. Somebody. You good? Okay, more time required. Let's go here first. Because we haven't been in here yet. And it says raw. It's gotta be real fucked up in here. Oh, it's a cold room. Brr. It's so cold. It's like abnormally cold. Why is it so cold? What's in all this? The frozen camera? That's the first thing I need to figure out. Some weird machine or something built into the wall. With a bunch of glowing blue lights, but on the other side... It's a fridge for storing dead bodies. Does that mean this biolab is actually a morgue? What's down here? An instruction manual for the morgue biolab. We offer an eco-friendly alternative to standard raft for your cadaver needs. Ozone generator for the removal of ethylene gas inside the cadaver, and the blue light will let you know. This is probably what's happening to all the bodies. Okay, so the bodies are preserved, which means that that body can be faked, which the mastermind has access to. Okay, so it can be anybody. Press the daisy for as long as you need. The ones on the left. The right-hand lights are off. It seems clear to me now. A makeshift morgue. It looks like it's set up that when a slot is occupied, the blue light comes on. So it's like a draw, push-in type situation. I can't let my emotions take control right now. There's only one thing to do for the dead: defeat the mastermind. Okay, I have to look into the corpses. Do we not just like look? What about these ones? Did I skip that? They're all in this little room. Are we're not gonna try and operate the machine? We're too scared for that. That wasn't here before. A stack of tops here. Is that like a interesting set of things? Hey look, it's Incubus from Isaac. Okay. We've sorted that one out now. Let's go take a walk for once. To the rest of the evidence. Got in to check the body now that we know that there's like a corpse freezing situation going on here. Maybe we have to go back and forth again to double check this. It's gone. Mukuro's body, it's not here. Was it disposed of in here? Bro doesn't think he's related to the case. I can't. Maybe the body's inside the tool shed. I doubt it. It's not in here. Is it in the bio lab? One other thing, that top. It's the same as the bio lab tops. I did notice it before, but there's a small stamp on one corner of the top. How convenient. And also, we could have told you this without noting that. It says bio lab? Okay, easy enough. That's all we needed to do. Maybe it has been returned. That's all I really needed to check here. Well, you're a scammer because you followed and instantly DM'd, unfortunately. But you know what? I'll take a new follower anyway. We've been bleeding followers for months now. The chickens are still here. I'm glad we at least checked out the chickens. Let's see what Toko is doing inside the dojo. She's firing arrows. So this is where you were.
Nano yo-yo.
No, Yocho. I thought maybe you'd found a clue. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary here. You're chilling.
Nani yo?
Never tell anybody to calm down. You have any idea what I'm going through right now? When everyone finds out. Why won't anyone accept me? Half of you is a serial killer. What's up? Why is everything? Bro doesn't think there are any clues here? Surely we look at this again, no? I'm just gonna look at this. The cherry tree is in full bloom. The extremely Japanese suit of armor. Anyway, ding dong bing bong. We've investigated everything we needed to, actually.
校内放送です。お前ら頑張ってる？捜査は順調に進んでるかな？
Conveniently, we do not know. We do not know where Yasuhiro was. Anyway.
あのね、
no,
頑張るお前らに優しい僕からヒントがあるんだよ。
What's the hint?
うぷぷ。ヒントが欲しい人は、急いで体育館まで来てください。
Kudasai. Alright, Monokuma, what's your hint? It could be a trap, but like, what else are we going to do? Kyoko wouldn't be here because she didn't hear it because she's... Oh, okay. Hello? Why'd you act so surprised? I didn't think you'd be here so fast. I just did actually. I'm on my way out. Listen, I gotta go. There was no point in trying to stop him. He ran off like a frightened animal. I was hoping to talk to him about the notebook in the locker. Okay, but now they're putting it on too thick. It's just me, y'all. Nobody else is even here yet. Boy. Boku wa Monokuma. Anyway, it's on the envelope on the ground in front of you. Bend over. Bend over. This must be the envelope. Will be honest with me. Any questions about what you find inside? It just opens it, says your gay out. A single photograph. It's gonna be of me. 100% chance it's going to be of me. Oh, even better. It's everybody. Except me? Oh, we're actually just like normal school uniform. See, isn't this nice and wholesome? Why did things have to end up so bad? So we are not in this photo. Are we taking the photo? Is that what's happening? It was everyone who had come to help speak at the same time as me. There's someone behind Sayaka. Yeah. We know. We do recognize her. It's what's her name? Ikusaba Mukuro. Where are we? Why is Mukuro here with everyone else? And even more than that, I'm not here. No, but can we talk about the... It's not even everyone. That's what I'm saying. I'm not in the picture. I'm the only one not there. Are we not just taking the picture? I mean, that's the worst possible response you could have to this, but sure. It's supposed to meet everyone else. It was when I arrived here at Holy Speed Academy, right? We definitely don't have like a year of living here wiped from my memory, and we're not getting messages from my subconscious, right? What's unnatural is that everyone else is in the picture. I mean, you should be assessing this more accurately, let's be honest. But if this picture is real, then could that mean, could it be everyone else and just me? It's all a dream. This is, I was gonna say it, but even mentioning this would be spoilers for the visual novel, so I can't mention it. Suffice to say, this is reminding me of another visual novel. Can I say it in a way that would only be clear to those who know? No, not really. How long are you gonna keep up this rambling soliloquy of yours? Hamlet? Oh, that's straight up said Makoto. You're kinda getting in the way, so get out. He's not feeling any questions. Matakumo. And you're bugging. It's because Yasuhiro is not as good as controlling it. But also, Byakuya is sort of implying to us that Mukuro may not have ever died. But it can still just be two of them. But that seems kind of difficult. We're gonna have to fight against two. Because listen, if in the class trial, Mukuro isn't there, obviously, because she's presumed to be the victim, and Yasuhiro is there, and Monokuma is able to be interactive, that literally proves it, that she's alive. In the end, when I found out the gym was even more confusion. And with the confusion, I left the gym dejected. Is that what Monokuma was going for? It's not fake, bro. Lock in. I mean, listen, Photoshop, but also, like, it's not fake. Maybe I should just ask everyone directly. That's gonna work, isn't it? Alright, let's see where we at. Sure. In order. She's eaten. Where are we? Where are we? Here. By the way, still no bath scene. Very disappointed in this game for not having us walking on somebody in the bath. I guess the age rating or whatever, but fuck that. Give us what we need. Sorry, you gotta go. Okay, everyone else got something about us. Tina, why won't you talk to me? Oh, we're gonna have to go through all of this, and Kyoko's gonna be the only one to talk to us. She's gonna be literally our only ally. She's not there anymore, though. But Byakuya not talking to us, at least the manner in which he doesn't talk to us will be interesting. Is he in here? He's in the archive. But if anyone's gonna be talking to us, it should be Byakuya. But he's gonna be the archive test, like looking for memories. We could be like, why was this not in here? How is this not in my database, basically? What's up, bro? Do you think we could talk? Byakuya? I have nothing to talk to you about. I mean, this isn't that unusual, but it is unusual, like... Why is everyone avoiding us, dude? Listen, I'm a little concerned, okay? I mean, I don't even want to talk to this guy regardless. I'm suspicious of him in the first place, but... Alright, let's talk to this guy. Okay, but the fact that, like, till now I have not seen a single crack in himself. Some evidence is showing up, but he himself is not acted out of. The only instance, even remotely, is him hitting Sakura with the bottle, which I keep mentioning. But apart from that, he seems kind of like acting within line. Every time I see you, you freak out like that. Did the letter just say to everybody else, like, Makoto is the mastermind or something? Okay, this is just all out concerning. I did have a passing thought, like, the first time we got flashbacks from ourselves, that we were involved in some evil before. Toko? Well, no pass out here. Or she tried to check that and saw blood. Well, there's no blood, it's very frozen. Genocider, we actually need you right now. You're actually gonna help us. Ne? Kind of. Sort of. Why did you pass out? She literally wouldn't know, first of all. Anyway, your memory stops and stuff. Bingo bazinga. It's a blessing as far as I'm concerned. Even if she forgets something, I totally remember. That's not how it works. Where is my little darling? By himself? I assume so. Moed? Anyway, She's nothing if not consistent. Why did Toko faint? Suspiciously open corpse drawer? Kyoko, hello.
そう
You're gonna talk to me at least, right? You're not gonna abandon me like everyone else is abandoning me? You at least believe in me? You and I? The bond that's never gonna be broken?
苗木君
It's getting late, isn't it? Are you okay? I'm sorry if I made you worry.
Yeah.
About this room. Oh
どうや
yeah,
ら
it's a mole.
や
Yeah.
っぱり
Toka must have looked inside the fridge, seen what was in there, and all you had.
え
I was on my way here when Genocide Jack came running past me.
どうやら
Yeah, okay.
とにかく
We should close it up.
Nice.
Give me a hand with this. She's like, I recognize this corpse.
ね
Maybe we should wait a second. Let's do some investigating. Mukuro's body is in there.
なるほどね
The issue we wouldn't be doing the class trial over again, I
それ
guess.
は
Now we have to put Byakuya's tips into motion.
苗木君
What should
Yeah.
I do? Why don't you just wait over there, yo? More importantly, what's up? Don't let me interrupt your investigation, but is there a time travel like memory wiping plot going on? I didn't take him up on the
That-
offer. The only reason to give us a hint at this point would be to confuse us, to cloud our judgment. I don't think she's hiding anything from me. It's not forged, it's real, but... Sure, it's the most palatable a corpse is going to be. Doyara. I could have told you that one. We discovered it. There's 9 in all. How many victims do we have? There's how many of us are there? There's 6 of us, right? There's the genocider and her lover. Then there's the 2 idiots. Then there's me and my wife. And well, 9 plus 6 is 15. The math doesn't lie. She's alive. But this shit. Are we gonna do anything about this? Okay, they just wanted us to click this also, which we haven't done yet. The biolab top. I assume that connection was already made, but... There we go. Alright, I'm done.
ええ
Anyone can do good work if they go slow. In that spirit, I'll make my report brief. Did you find anything? Seems highly the stomach wound and blow to the back of the head were inflicted after death. The older wounds are the real wounds. The burnt tissue made things a bit difficult, but I'm confident in my findings. What was the fatal injury? They were dead before the blast. The other wounds.
そうかしら
Why did it say they're old? Several days ago, which isn't that old.
違うわ
Yeah, old wounds is like scars. Days old wounds is like...
ね
Yeah,
だけど
true. Old wounds... Exactly. You saying they are, I'm saying that they could be. And I'm saying, me human behind the screen is saying yes, of course they are. Because now that we know that that doesn't match her body's description. Which we can just confirm right now if we actually use our brain and listen to Byakuya for once, but...
じゃあ
What if Mukuro herself wasn't killed?
少なくとも
You can allow it as one of
So-
many possibilities, right?
つ
Exactly.
まり
It's called pruning. Of course, me telling you this doesn't mean you become a detective, but... Use Kyoko's account.
ね
There was one thing. Earlier, when I was looking at Mukuro's profile, I listed her
So
height,
what?
weight. She remembers all that, because she's got a photographic memory apart from the part where her memory's been wiped. They're consistent with the corpse.
Yeah.
Don't forget about the Fenrir tattoo.
そうよ
So it is her body, but it's not her body? Because there's only 9. This conflicts with evidence.
じゃあ
It's kind of sad. What do we care?
な
She was an enemy once. I mean, respect for the dead and all, but is she still dead? I'm sort of unclear on it. But the measurements match up. Then she might be dead. But then why is there only 9 corpses? If there's like the numbers,
No.
Mason. Oh wait, no, that is 9 plus 6. I'm stupid. Wait, no, I'm not stupid. It would have to be 9 plus 7. Anyone reaping what they sow right now? Anyone up reaping the sewage? She could have abandoned me, but she decided to help me instead.
じゃあ
Well, she did put the body back, so she listened to us. She respects us a little bit. Hold on. The notebook. What if she walks off, though? Please let us have a complete logical thread before the trial, man.
何
Yeah, exactly. Have you really not seen your dad even once since you got here?
それ
You know, when those lockers on the second floor of the dorms, you'd need the handbook. I managed to get that open using the emergency notebook.
それで
A pocketbook that must have been yours.
なんでだって
Only the locker's owner should be able to get into it, right? After all, we only got access to the area just recently. Yeah. It was about the headmaster, about your father.
もし
The video is real too. What was the video about? The one... I guess she must have dismissed the video that they showed us at the very beginning of the game as fake.
苗木くん
Everything... Yes, we're gonna talk about the fact that we were all here and we were all living a normal life and then wiped and then the death game began. I'm afraid that picture might be worse than anything we could have imagined.
私はそれは
That won't be necessary. I shouldn't have any problem opening the locker with my own handbook. After all, it would seem that it's my
苗
locker.
木くん
She's still got her DVD just in her back pocket right now.
それは
Oh no, it's in the hidden
と
room.
にかく
Just watch it and see for yourself. Okay. This is gonna be like our interview for getting in or something. It's gonna be making us appear normal.
苗木くん
Now it's my turn. Do you have a second to listen to me ramble? Any day, baby, any day.
つまり
As it turns out, the arrangements I'd made didn't stick. I'm less and less sure of everything, even my own feelings. Unfortunate enough for me, but we'll be serious for once. You're talking about your dad, right? I can never find the answers to the questions I wanted to ask for the rest of my life.
だけど
There's one thing I am sure of. There's no room in my heart for forgiveness for the mastermind. That's probably for the best.
私は
I swore to destroy the mastermind. This is just one more reason to follow through on that. But her father is in the picture right now. Her eyes burned with the same fire that we've been seeing the whole time. The determination to defeat the mastermind. It's strange to be confronted with his death and suddenly feel this way. I couldn't care less if my father found happiness. So why is it? Why does it bother me so much to know how he suffered? Well, it's like a dichotomy, right? You can cope with the fact that you were abandoned by at least, like, the Delta, you know? If you were abandoned for some benefit. It's like that, what is it? The Shen comics or whatever, the bike stolen cuck meme that everybody... It wasn't originally a meme, it was serious. But then people turned it into, like, as they always do, made fun of somebody else. Although in the meme itself is actually not even that bad. It sort of paints a compassionate picture of humanity and suggests a lot. Although I don't really think, like, anyone who's stealing... you know what, maybe not. I have blanket forgiveness for stealing anything that you need. I guess, like, really need, listen, you if you studied like crime statistics / whatever, like, apart from cases of like genuinely depraved people, most people sort of like, shit happens, you know what I mean? There's extenuating circumstances, there's reasons, there's justifications that actually end up adding up. There's a story to everything. Not saying that there isn't any culpability whatsoever in the world, but I'm saying that there's sort of like, you could find compassion for anybody if you really wanted to try. Not anybody, a lot of people, let's put it that way. But where was I going with this? I don't remember. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is forgiveness or whatever. A small laugh as she said it. Her smile was filled with sorrow. There's much to do before I can consider my task complete. Yeah,
No.
you're right. Keep this in mind. There is only ever one absolute truth. That's dependent on your objectivity belief, anyway. Whether the truth serves justice or suffering, whether it's the greatest truth or the worst.
苗木くん
Even if the truth you uncover is filled with hopelessness, you still can't give up hope, because at least you have the truth. All I can do is keep moving forward. We're using her own lines describing us against her. Sorry if that was strange. No, please, be strange with me.
じゃあ
Anyway, I need to get going. Let's head to the AV room, y'all. Quick flick. Let's go. This should be able to play DVDs just fine. It said that it was playing, but nothing appeared on the screen. But to me, it felt like an eternity, even though it was only a few seconds. And then all of a sudden, an image appeared. It's the headmaster and Sayaka. So he died within the last year. I hadn't seen Sayaka in who knows how long, and there she was.
面談を始めようか
The voice I heard was of the man positioned on one side of the screen. The voice of the middle-aged man.
この面談の様子は録画させてもらうよ私は不器用なんでね喋りながら面談の内容を書き留めるなんて器用なことができないんだよ
It's gonna be a real tragic tale by the end of it.
この映像はある意味契約書代わりだが君らを信用してないわけじゃないただの保険だだから気にしないでくれでは早速本題に入らせてもらうよ君はこれからの一生をこの学園の中だけで過ごすことになるかもしれないそれを了承してくれるか
了承すれも何も
Sayaka was obviously a total loss. It made total sense. Who would agree to spend the rest of her life in this
わかり
school?
ました
そうか
そ
すまんなそれなら私も全力で君を保護することを約束しよう希望が峰学園学園長の名にかけてだ
The wording, he said it in the same way as the Togami, but I don't think that's really intended. As if on cue, that's where the video cut out. There was a lot I hadn't understood up until now, but this, I couldn't comprehend what I'd heard. Well, I can comprehend it just fine, but then again, I haven't been in your shoes. I'm just kind of over your shoes. I know how much she wanted to escape and pursue her dreams with her friends again. And so, because we're the only people who don't know the reality of what the outside world is like and what's really happened to it, it's kind of like even those who don't know fall victim, even in a perfect situation. They too would be devoid of hope, so you, in the real terror-filled world, cannot have any hope. She wanted it so much she tried to frame me for murder, so why would she say yes to living here for the rest of her life? And we're gonna see ourselves. What I saw next pushed me right over the edge. Hello. It's me. It's you. Possibly undeniably me.
面談を始める前に言っておくがこの面談の様子は録画させてもらうよ
See, in this scenario, the headmaster should definitely be calling us by our last name, right? Even if you're translating it. But maybe we don't respect our youth. Me and the headmaster were looking at each other. He and I were having what seemed like a fairly normal conversation, but the I in the here and now had absolutely no memory of it. If even meeting the headmaster, much less sitting down to talk to him like this.
苗木君君はこれからの一生をこの学園内だけで過ごすことになるか
He's
も
gonna
し
say
れない
something here that will make him believe it, for sure.
それを了承してくれるか
This can't be real. I said
す
yes.
まんな こんな思いをさせて。
だって仕方ないですから。
だが君がこの学園にいる限りは私が全力で守ってみせる。希望が峰学園の学園長としてそれだけは約束しよう。
Which means that the videos that were showed to all of us are real, like at the very beginning ones. Do we get to see the others at least? Hello, Byakuya. To everyone. They all said they agreed to live in the school forever, and then... Oh shit. Just as clearly, without a doubt, she had met him. She'd sat down with the headmaster of Speed Academy, her father. And when he asked her his question, she answered the same as everyone else. She accepted life within the school. The monitor suddenly went black. Yeah, it cut off before we saw Mokuro. It'd be more of the same.
そうよ。どうやら
Couldn't remember why I'd come to the school and what my ultimate ability
Ne.
was. Something that seemed too obvious to work in the favor of the mastermind. What about the others? Have we all forgotten? What do you mean, or? The fateful hour cometh.
Monogoto ni wa hajimari ga areba kanarazu owari ga aru no desu. そして終わりがあれば新しい始まりもあるのです。明けない夜はないよ。
Well, what about the 13th hour or whatever they got in Persona, which I saw during the Northern Line playthrough? One day I'll play Persona. If I'm playing Danganronpa, Persona's only one step away, but it's unless they release all the games for like $10, I'm not gonna be streaming it, that's for sure.
真っ暗な朝だけどね。
I'm not saying they're not worth the money. I'm just saying there's like 5 games. They're never gonna make a 6th one. Anyway.
やまない雨はないよ。
Well, the Great Red Spot in Jupiter.
干ばつ状態になるけどね。そう。終わりがあるから新しい始まりもあるのです。だからまた会えるよね。だって終わりこそが始まりだから。
Yeah, I mean there's 2 more games.
じゃあ始めましょうか。
始めましょう。
終わりの学級裁判の始まりだよ。いつもの場所でまた会いましょう。
また会いましょう。
ぷぷぷぷぷぷぷ。
It's about to begin again. The class trial is going to start. The final class trial. The last time all our lives will be on the line. The last time hope and despair are on the line. Oh, this is the end. And with that, I'm going to hit you with a slash marker real quick. What will happen? My current, let me give you, before the trial, my current understanding of it. The outside world, the despair is the name of a collective group, of which 2 of the members are in this, have snuck in here to the safe haven as part of the ploy to continue what is going on, the tragedy which has left the world in like a Hunger Games style, like subservient dystopian future, where this show is the only thing being broadcast to ensure a lack of hope, although it seems to only have really been happening in the last year, which is why this whole thing is happening. It's like the structure of the plan. I mean, we would notice if, like, this is an interesting experiment. If you, like, one day just closed your eyes, opened your eyes, woke up, you felt like you had a terrible sleep or whatever, but nothing outside of the ordinary, would you, but you had been aged a certain amount of time, how much aging would you have to go through, I guess, for you to notice this? Assume everything else, like the world or whatever, like, doesn't seem to have changed. Would you notice? Would anything be apparent to you? Obviously, the younger you are, the more obvious it would be. Like, if you were like, well, actually, is that even true? Because your time would also just feel different to you as well. Like, if you're in your 20s, I don't think you would notice. And the older you are, the less you would notice. Now that and I guess the question is how much, right? Like, if I'm 10, I would notice if I was aged up 2 years. Obviously, I mean, like puberty and all that stuff, you'll probably notice pretty drastic changes. So, but if you go past that point, like, if you woke up, like, I think if under 20, 2 years or 1 year, maybe even 1 year if you're keen-eyed, you would be able to tell within yourself. Like, you will grow enough to notice your own differences. But if you were like 20 or like 25 even, I guess other way around, I feel like it would be very different. I feel like you would not notice at all. You'd have to age like 3 years to be like, was I really like, I remember things being a little different about myself. I feel like that would be the case. And past 30, I think you would have to literally age like 3-4 years to notice. Like, I don't think if you gain 2 years in your sleep, assuming like you kept your body maintenance level the same, I feel like you wouldn't really notice. Like, okay, 32, 34, big whoop, you know? And I mean, certainly if you were like 65, you would have to age like 5+ years to notice. But anyway, that's an interesting experiment. I'm gonna leave you with that one. I suppose I've distracted you from what I was talking about in terms of lore-wise. And I think we were all here, we were all living in a normal school life. Then the tragedy happened. There's no reason to believe that only one grade exists at the school at a time. Right? So we got accepted. Then they killed everybody except this class, which they kept around. That is, the Despair kept us around as part of the like game show that they wanted to do alongside the rest of the world. Which I assume there's more Despair out there. So logically, this means that the next part of Danganronpa is going to be what? Fixing the real world if we actually get out of here. But I have my suspicions that we won't be able to get out of here. We'll get trapped again or something. Anyway, so we're going to start the trial. What will happen? What will happen is interesting. What are we going to end up proving? My guess, we're going to prove that the body isn't the Despairs, is actually someone else with the exact same measurements. Maybe. We're gonna have to, because there's one missing corpse, which is gonna be really relevant. And then we're gonna have to explore the entire mystery of the school. And how are we gonna get out? We're gonna have to, I think it's Yasuhiro is the second member. I think both members are still alive, because there's no way the thing could be piloted while Yasuhiro is in the trial. That would expose it immediately. So they both have to be alive. That's the only way it's possible. So we expose Yasuhiro and then expose Mukuro or as alive, or other way around. Anyway. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.